Tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio, dropping knowledge in the studio you already know.
Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. This is Prince Hakeem.
And this is your man, Ronnie Ron. Hakeem, man. This one right here, we kind of let it slip through the cracks.
We
so
did.
We had to come back and rewind.
Man.
I know so much going on, so much on the news, or we try to pick and choose which one we need to talk about. But this one right here, when it hits our community, we got to talk about.
We definitely do something serious that a lot of the black community does not like to talk about.
Yeah.
We just need to address it. I want you to let them know what we own, like what we chose.
Yeah, this actually, there's a lot of fans that follow this person. You already know Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Her husband, Carrie Pitty, are being sued by a woman he was convicted of trying to rape in 1995. Who claimed that she's been harassed by Nicki Minaj to drop the suit to drop the whole case because he won't register as a sex offender.
Yes. But he recently just pleaded guilty for failure to register as a sex offender.
Yeah, he won't take the plea deal. Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like Ron, how does the queen of hip hop end up with a guy with that on his jacket?
We talk about that. Remember, you even talk about that. How a lot of, especially black women, they choose poorly.
Yeah,
you talk about that all the time. So especially with Nicki Minaj, especially in that image. Remember at the same time. Remember she was talking about talking to Meek Mills. Yeah. So her being broke up by Meek Mill, this guy comes on, of course, have that lifestyle, like he got money, he's a baller, or whatever the case may be. And then later find out, she fall in love with him, and later find out he's just an average Joe like you and I. Literally just an average Joe like you and I. And then she just fell in love with him.
Yeah.
She didn't do a background check, which I think is fell on her part, because especially someone like her who is a very high profile artist, fashion, all around the world, for her not to do a background check, which most celebrities don't do, it's kind of sickening.
Oh, I'm just appalled. But the point of the fact is she had a baby with.
Yeah, and she do have a child. So that's why she was harassing this woman to hey, don't go forward with it, leave it be. And nobody expect Nicki Minaj. She actually lost fans because of that, because nobody expect her to be that type of woman.
Mm-hmm.
But dealing with a man like that, who quote unquote is from the streets, like most people would say, what you expect her to do.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it. Why would you put yourself in a situation where you're the illest person in the world, where you're around somebody that.
Good point.
It's the same reason why even us men, sometimes we might choose the wrong women, but women mainly choose the wrong men. Like, it's countless stories that we hearing women getting killed. Their kids getting the M word. We're not gonna say that word here.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is you got to be careful with this representation. Like, this thing right here is bad for her reputation. A lot of people forget her brother just literally went to jail, starting his 20-year sentence for the R word for his stepdaughter. You feel me?
Facts. It's a serious offense, especially. But a lot of people was actually on Kenneth's side because they feel like, it was in 1995. Women tend to lie.
That is true.
Remember, he's married to a high-profile artist who's making over $1 million a year. So she gets it's all about the money.
Yeah, definitely.
And that to be true. Some women lie. Look what happened with Tupac. There's countless stories of women lying on these men. Look what happened to Bill Cosby. So, that's why he probably didn't want to plead guilty because of that. Because he probably hey, it's just a misunderstanding. She just took it the wrong way.
No, definitely. For me, I'm looking at it. Hey, how are we going to resolve this? Understand? But the deed is already done.
Yeah. And not only that, it's just supposedly this plea deal would now allow him to be around his kid. If he would have took the plea deal and registered as a sex offender, he cannot be with his newborn. He cannot be with no form of kid. So he can't be with his niece, nephew. He can't be with nobody. And he got to be always on supervision watch.
Tell me that's not.
That is crazy. That's crazy. I'm saying he can't be around no kid, no nothing. So that's why he didn't want to take the plea deal. Because remember, as soon as you register as a sex offender, you can't be around with no kids.
Yeah, and you can't live around kids. You can't even be.
You can't live around kids.
25 feet of a
facts.
You know what I mean? So it's how do you get yourself caught up?
Yeah,
that's my big. How do you up? But hey, ignorance is bliss, and a lot of people don't understand. This is why it all goes down to when, this is why we tell men be careful when you date women.
Yeah,
the kids can point a finger. It's like, hey, he touched me, he panty raped.
Yeah, that's fact. That's why you got to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. I would say, who knows? I would say, who knows the true story? Because right now they're all in court. They're not really talking about it too much because it's just a messy situation. Because now they said Nicki Minaj is harassing the lady. We're not gonna say the lady's name, but she's harassing her,
which is wild.
To drop the case.
Yeah, so she can get her husband off.
Correct.
I mean? But then little do they know if she said that wasn't, then that girl.
Correct. And that's why he doesn't have an Instagram page. You know that he doesn't have an Instagram. He doesn't have a Facebook account. He doesn't have a Twitter account. Everything he says is through Nicki Minaj's page, through her social media page, because of this the case that's going on, he can't have no form of social media access at all.
Wow. And I'm wondering who.
He don't have it. He can't create one. He cannot. Yeah, when you register, I'm saying when you're dealing with a case like rape or with the N-word or any form of sexual assault, it's very, very serious. No black man, no man be dealing with it because your whole life is ruined. Let's say even if he gets off, he still will always be known as a person that sexual assaulted this woman.
I just took a moment of silence just to ponder on what you said, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit's wild, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real.
Yeah, that's why these men that do it, that's why they end up killing these women, because soon they know that he raped me or he sexual assault me, and it's on your record or even on the hotline or major news or on social media, your life is pretty much done.
You're right. Your life is.
That's why people don't understand what R. Kelly's going through, and Brother Polite and all these other people that's dealing with these sexual cases, because they know as soon you're known for that, people are all gonna look at it like, hey man, that's the guy, or that's the guy, and they just looking at you in the corner of the eye. And especially in the black community, they really look at you as shame.
Basically, and with disgustful.
Yeah, disgust. So that's why Nicki Minaj, I understand why she's doing it, because she's trying to protect her husband, and she know the repercussion of, because she's rich, so she got the best lawyer in town, and they're telling her like, hey, if soon as he registered as a sex offender, he can't even be around your newborn.
You want to know something? That's something she signed up for.
Yeah, that was very important to school these black women while they're young and how to pick right, not poorly.
Definitely. You're dropping gems now.
So, but and I know people always say, why we all talk about a black woman, because we're black.
Basically,
I can't really talk about the white woman because we're not white.
No, we're not, and we're not like dating. We're not dating them. So we can only speak about our own counterparts. But I know a lot of people don't like that because they was like, oh, it just seems very subjective. No, it's not subjective. We're just telling you real life, what goes on.
Mm-hmm. I would say for this guy, what he's going through must be tough, but he's not gonna plead guilty to the plea deal because he don't want to be registered as a sex offender.
Yeah, I hope not.
So you register as a sex offender, your life is pretty much done.
Oh yeah, you're finished. You might as well catch those beat downs.
And the case is still going on. I think this is like the third month. It's still going on. It's still going on. So it's an ongoing case. I would say it's a lot going on with the sex allegation. You see with R. Kelly, his trial started. Now Nicki Minaj and now Brother Polite, and it's all and it's sad to say, it's all black people
basically
with these sex allegations. So
and them scamming the hood. So it's like I don't know what to tell you, man. I want to be hopeful, but then I'm a little bit worried.
What are you worried about?
Because I'm worried that like I want to be hopeful that we can create a space where everybody can come, but then I'm also worried about the Joker.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like these are the people who's a thorn in a nigga's ass. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. So, but it said like Kenneth. And it was actually 3 days ago. Like you say, he pleaded guilty to fail to register as a sex offender in California. The court documents show Perry had an initial plea. He pleaded not guilty to a single court. That would say he pleaded not guilty. He's not doing it.
How much time you?
He could get up to 20 years. He could get up to 20 years in prison.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna be able to do 20 standing up.
Yeah, 20 years in prison.
That's
so
tough.
that would say his life is tough. But you know, you already know when you're in prison, you don't be with everybody else. You cure prison, so you won't be with everybody else, the regular population. But still, to have that on your record and to know that you didn't really rape this woman, and she said you raped her. Now, don't get me wrong. I tell you, always a woman that says she's been raped, very, very serious. But we gotta look at the evidence.
Yeah, and I'm talking about and examine it like every inch of it to know that, you know what I mean, like we're making sure we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's instead of just jumping to the conclusion and somebody get.
Yeah, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the family of Nicki Minaj at all. It's not looking good for her and her husband. But he recently posted bail. He was arrested, but he posted bail not too long ago. So
wow,
and it's just an ongoing trial.
He hasn't you say he recently posted bail.
Yeah, post bail when he got arrested. He post bail, which was like $100K. So he post bail. It was in 2019. So ever since then, he's been battling this case ever since.
That's crazy. And you want to know something? I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope they all get it to him because they need to learn not to stop playing games. I mean?
Yeah, and this is a wake up call for black men, especially to know like you really got to take your life seriously and
basically.
Really no means no. You know, no means no. The girl says she ain't feeling you, man, let her go. Leave her to the street, you know? Right. Because this thing is getting serious because there's a lot of sex allegations that's coming out. And there's a lot of mainstream people that, we listen to and follow and, people we get highly praised to. And we find out that they're sex offenders.
Man, let's get them, man. Let's get all of them. Like, and we got to protect the kids. We got to protect everybody.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? This is no shot to Nicki Minaj or anybody who got that on their jacket. You just got to understand where we coming from as a human being, as a civilian. We see something like that being broadcast. We want to know what's up. If you could tell us a comparing story and have somebody to validate that for you, then there's no issue.
Yeah, facts. And right now we still keeping an eye on because a lot of people probably wondering what's going on with the R. Kelly. We still keeping an eye on that. The trial just begun, so we're just gonna keep an eye on it. Anything that's major news, we're gonna let you know.
No, definitely.
The R. Kelly case, because that one right there is like mainstream right now.
Very mainstream, and I pray for R. Kelly.
Yeah,
I pray for. I think his case is very unjust. I think that they don't use the same tactics. They use extreme tactics on us that they don't use with the white boy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And then it's serious, man. And you already know, man. That being said, KR Culture Radio.
We out.
Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.